Welcome to Bennett's Bike Social. We're here in Germany, specifically at Munich. This is BMW's headquarters, and this is their eagerly anticipated R18 1800cc air-cooled boxer cruiser. We first saw this bike back in 2018 and it created a massive hype. Everybody loved the looks of it, and then when it was unveiled at EICMA the following year, again everybody was loving the looks of it. And now when we see the bike in the flesh, we can see how it arcs back to its distant memories. This was based on models like the R5 and the R7 concept. They've looked at those older models and put it into a modern twist. Now you see it in the flesh, it does look stunning. It's classical, it's got beautiful lines. It's the way they've created that kind of hardtail look, but obviously there's still a shock in there, and it's all about that huge engine. So at 1800 capacity, 91 horsepower, 158 Newton meters of torque. The parts of this bike I absolutely adore, like the open shaft drive, the way you can see the shaft drive spinning when you're riding. I love the fishtail exhaust, I love the pinstriping. I love the huge engine. When you sit on the bike and you start it, it rocks from side to side really charismatically. When you actually get moving, this is a heavy bike. So it's 345 kilograms. That's what BMW are quoting. And the weight is quite low, but like some models that once you get going, you don't feel the weight anymore, you still are aware of the weight of this bike. And that's kind of exaggerated by the girth, because every time you look down you see those huge protruding cylinder heads which keep your feet lovely and warm in traffic and also dry your boots out when it's raining. In terms of performance, literally from about 1000 rpm, 1100 rpm, it will just pull in almost any gear. 6 gear is like a really top overdrive, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6, but it will still pull in 6 gear from 1500 rpm. On the motorway, 100 kilometers an hour, it's 2,200 RPM. 120 kilometers an hour, it's 2,500 RPM. It's barely ticking over. It just chugs along, really smooth, really sweet. When you get towards the higher end of the rev range, it's revving to about 5.5, 5.6, and you hit a really soft limiter. Above 4,000, it does get vibey, but if you're riding it above 4,000 towards 5,000, you bought the wrong bike. This is not a bike that you want to be revving. Ground clearance is an issue, but this is just in comparison to other models in this category, like Motor Guzzi's California and Harley-Davidson. So it is to be what I expected. In terms of safety, you have 3 modes: rain, road and rock. Yes, that is correct. The rider aids just change the parrot characteristics and the throttle response. They don't change the rider aids. The rider aids are ABS and traction control that are not lean sensitive. In the UK, the price is going to be just shy of £19,000, 18,995. We've done 300 kilometers today. BMW have given us a great opportunity to put some big miles on the bike. After 300 kilometers, I was starting to move around on the seat. You could argue it wanted to be a little bit plusher, a little bit softer. You could argue that the rider aids are not lean sensitive, and for a bike of £19,000, maybe it should, but in this segment, the competition isn't. All in all, I'm loving the design. When I first saw the bike, I was worried that BMW weren't going to put any character in the bike. It was going to be a bit soft and a bit turned down, and it's not. It's got a beautiful rock to it, it's got a beautiful feel to it, it's got a beautiful look to it. I'd like a little bit more exhaust tone. When you're riding it, the exhaust sounds a little docile, but when another one goes past you, it sounds great. It'd be really interesting to see how this bike compares to the Harley competition, Indian, Motor Guzzi California. It's going to be an interesting bike. I think this is going to fly out of BMW showrooms. Thoroughly impressed, love the looks, and I just want to get hold of one and personalise it. I want to put a heel and toe on it, I want to put cruise control on it, I want a pillion seat, I want different pipes, and that's the beauty of this bike. You can personalize it and change it to the way you want to ride and your style.